Hey, good evening. Tonight we're going to be working on two different targets, the double targetto, on complementary and supplementary angles. But let's start with a TV question first. Who are these guys? What is the name of their TV show? And what is the name of their car? Make sure I get that whole picture in there. All right, I'll be back to that shortly. Officially tonight, our two targets are 10.1A and B. Sorry. A, I can find the missing angle measures of complementary and supplementary angles, and B, I can identify complementary and supplementary angles. Sounds pretty similar. That's why I grouped them together. Let's do this thing. All right, here's the question right here. Take a look here. I got my math all set up for you. Here's a board from a roof, and I took and put a square on there. And I know that this angle here is 50 degrees right here. So what is the smaller angle? All right, so 50 degrees, what is the smaller angle? Well, let me just remove the picture for a second. I took and created this as a regular graphic too, so I could move it around. You could see what the heck is going on. So I'm going to flip it like this, and I think it'll become easier for you. Does that make it easier? This is 50 degrees. What is that angle going to be? Well, here's what we know. We know that angle number one, that's this one, is 50 degrees. So what is angle number two? And are these supplementary or complementary angles? Well, here's the math. This is a 90-degree angle here. And if you subtract the 50 degrees, you're going to have 40 left. So this is a 40-degree angle, because 90 minus 50 is 40, just like I put here. Is this angle supplementary or complementary? It is a complementary angle. Tonight, that's what we're going to be learning. Complementary angles add up to be 90 degrees. Supplementary angles add up to be 180 degrees. And then you are just going to have to use a little subtraction to find out what the other angle is. That's the entire lesson. Let's look at it a little more closely. So here's my definition. Complementary angles. Two angles are complementary if the sum of their angles is 90 degrees. Just like that, supplementary angles, two angles are supplementary if the sum of their angles is 180. All right, here's a couple little ones down here to show you. Here's complementary. Angles 1 plus 2 are going to equal 90 degrees. Look at the way they took these other two angles. They broke them apart, but still it's a 55-degree angle and a 35-degree angle, so they're still complementary because they add up to be 90 degrees. You could take this guy and slide it over here and make a 90-degree angle. Just like that, supplementary angles, we have angle 3 and 4. Notice the straight line on the bottom. A straight line bisected, that's going to be supplementary because angles 3 plus 4 equal 180 degrees. Here are two other angles that are broken up, yet together I could put them together and make a straight line. I could slide this guy right over here and it would fit in. And I would have 40 plus 140 would equal 180 degrees. So those are supplementary angles. Here's a real simple problem for you to look at. Here's a straight line. If it's a straight line, it's going to be supplementary. Just double check the math. 150 plus 30, 180 degrees total. That's what a straight line is, right? 180 degrees, so they're supplementary. Take a look at this one. 30 plus 60. Well, we know that together these form a right angle, so as long as our math checks out, 30 plus 60 is 90, we know that that is complementary. Pretty easy, right? All right, let's take a look at the two different targets on this next question. All right, here it is. Here's a line. You probably already know the answer to one of the two questions. You probably actually know the answer to both. Is this supplementary or complementary? Well, I'm going to move the star over here to supplementary because it is all on one straight line. These two angles are together going to add up to be 180 degrees. That's one of the targets right there, supplementary versus complementary. The second target, what is the measure of that question mark there? Well, if this one is 80 degrees, I'm going to just do some simple math. 180 minus 80 is going to equal 100 degrees. So I can get rid of the question mark and double check. 100 plus 80, 180 degrees. And it's just that simple. Two straightforward targets. Let's try another one, and then I'll get you going on some of your own. All right. Is this supplementary or complementary? Are these two angles? Do they form a straight line or do they form a square? No, they form a square angle or a right angle, so they are complementary. What is the measure of the missing angle? Well, let's just do some simple math. We've got 90 degrees minus the 45 is going to give us that angle. And of course, that is 45. Those are equal angles. They both add up to be 90. So we pop that baby in. We know that it's 45 degrees, and we're done. Easy? I thought so. All right, here we go. Whoops. Sorry. Your turn. See if you can figure out what that question mark is and answer the first question too. Go. Hey, I'm back. Well, it's a straight line, so they are supplementary. If this bad boy is 140 degrees, pop in a little simple math, 180 minus 140, this dude has to be 40 degrees. So I can pop that in, and there's target 1 and target 2, all figured out. All right, one more for your viewing pleasure. Go for it. All right, you are correct. This is a complementary angle. It forms a right angle or part of a square. What is the missing angle? That's pretty simple math. We got 90 degrees, which is the right angle, minus the 15 will give us a 75-degree angle. And we are done. That is just that simple. All right, here is your target. Take a look at these two angles, identify them, identify the angles if they are supplementary or complementary, and find the measure of the missing angle. Go ahead and write those down. And let's get to our target. Who are these guys? What's the name of the show and what's the name of their car? All right, first of all, they are Shaun White and Gus from the show Psych. It just had its last episode on last night while I was preparing this lesson, and their car is called the Blueberry. I think they were on for like 7 or 8 seasons. Pretty funny show, but they always give gifts of pineapple, and this guy pretends to be able to see the future, predict the future, be a psychic, but he's really not. He's just observant. But it's a really funny TV show. My kids enjoy it. I hear them chuckling down there. All right, thanks a lot. Have a good night.